Have you ever met someone who goes completely quiet on their birthday? No posts, no celebrations, no acknowledgement at all. Maybe that person is you. And if someone asks why, they just say, "I don't really care about birthdays." But that's rarely the whole story. The psychology behind people who don't celebrate their birthday is far more layered than most people realize. And it almost never has anything to do with the birthday itself. Let's start with the most common reason: emotional disconnection. For many people, birthdays become a kind of emotional audit. A single day when the world seems to expect you to feel special, celebrated, and surrounded by love. And for people who have experienced loneliness, neglect, or repeated disappointments, that expectation becomes almost unbearable. Because when the day arrives and reality doesn't match the expectation, when the phone doesn't ring as much as you hoped, or the people you wanted there aren't there, the birthday doesn't just feel ordinary. It feels like proof of something painful. Psychologists call this the expectation-reality gap, and birthdays, more than almost any other day of the year, are designed to maximize it. The higher the cultural expectation, the deeper the fall when it isn't met. So over time, the mind learns a quiet, protective strategy. If you don't expect anything, you can't be disappointed. If you don't celebrate, you don't have to feel the absence of celebration. Not celebrating becomes a form of self-protection, a wall built not out of indifference, but out of self-preservation. The second reason goes deeper, and it lives in childhood. For some people, birthdays were never truly celebrated growing up. Maybe the family didn't have money. Maybe parents were emotionally unavailable. Maybe the day passed without acknowledgement, year after year. As children, we internalize these experiences not as "my family had limitations," but as "I am not worth celebrating." That belief, once formed, doesn't just disappear when we grow up. It shapes how we feel about ourselves on every birthday that follows. The third psychological layer is one that affects highly self-aware people the most: existential awareness. Birthdays mark the passage of time, and for people who think deeply about life, where they are, where they thought they'd be, what they haven't yet done, a birthday isn't a celebration, it's a reminder of goals not yet reached, of time moving faster than expected, of the quiet, uncomfortable gap between the life they have and the life they imagined for themselves. This is especially common in people with high emotional intelligence and strong inner lives. They feel the weight of a year passing not with dread exactly, but with a kind of solemn awareness that most people around them don't seem to share. And celebrating that feeling with balloons and cake can feel almost absurd. So they go quiet instead. The fourth reason is something many people don't name, but deeply feel: the vulnerability of being seen. A birthday puts you at the center of attention. People sing to you. Faces turn toward you. Everyone is watching how you react. And for people who grew up learning that being seen leads to disappointment, judgment, or pain, that spotlight feels far more threatening than warm. Not celebrating is a way of staying invisible, of keeping the day ordinary, of not risking the vulnerability of hoping and being seen hoping. So what does it all mean? If you don't celebrate your birthday, or if someone you love quietly avoids theirs, it is almost never about the birthday. It is about protection, about old wounds that haven't fully healed, about a mind that learned early on to expect less in order to hurt less. Understanding this doesn't fix everything, but it changes how you see it. Instead of dismissing it as "they're just being difficult," you start to understand it as a quiet story someone is carrying. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer that person isn't a party. It's simply showing up, without pressure, without expectation, just being there. That alone can quietly begin to rewrite the story. If this resonated with you or someone you know, drop it in the comments. I'd genuinely love to hear your experience. And if you found this valuable, subscribe. Every week we break down fascinating psychology in a way that actually makes sense for real life.